and then we can start whenever we want to.
Go for it.
Hey, it's Nick,
It's Noelle.
and welcome to a cast about movies. But before we start anything, I thought that we would try some different beers.
Yeah.
So Noelle's never tried these, so I've got a Budweiser Chelada with lime, and what's the other one?
The picante.
Picante. Okay, which one do you want to start first? Which one do you want?
I want to do a lot. Wait. You look very, cheeky, mischief.
Oh yeah, which one do you want to try
I don't
first?
know. I feel like one of them's wrong.
One of them's wrong.
Yeah, I feel like one of them's the wrong one.
There is no wrong one.
Have you had these?
Yeah,
Are they good?
maybe. I don't know.
I want that one, the lime. I want
Okay,
the
well you're trying both of them.
Okay, but
Okay, we'll start with the lime.
Okay, we'll start with the lime. Okay.
Here we go.
Are this what the glasses are for?
Yes, the glasses are for.
Okay.
Now it's a podcast. All right.
Nice. Okay, it's clear. Was not expecting that.
Yeah, I was not expecting clear either.
Or at least a light color.
All right, here we go.
Wait, what do you do? I thought okay.
We're both trying them. You can't try without.
It smells like beer.
Doesn't?
It literally just smells like beer. I'm not kidding.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
What do you think?
It's okay.
It's okay.
I just don't like tomatoes, so I think that's why.
That's
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
why.
Oh god. Oh, it's like SpaghettiOs. It literally tastes like SpaghettiOs. Sorry, I'm just not a fan of tomato flavor. Oh, that's so bad. I'm sorry. I know I'm being dramatic, but that's just don't like tomatoes.
All right, so we'll try the other one now.
God.
Fine. All right, this is the.
I see why you wanted me
Picante.
to get one that I was gonna wash it down with, because that's. Why do you hate me?
I don't.
You just like trying new things with me.
Just like trying new things.
This one actually smells a lot better.
Does it? Okay. Cheers.
I don't know, actually. It's so bad.
It's. Oh my god.
No, yeah, that's bad.
Hold on. We'll put the cans over here.
I just hate tomato.
It's
Of
kind of like a.
Of course, I wasn't gonna like it. It's tomato.
Well, it's kind of like a Bloody Mary, but I didn't want to say Bloody Mary.
I hate Bloody Marys.
'Cause
Man.
yeah.
That is that's bad. Yeah, I guess I don't like Bloody Marys.
Oh boy.
That's spicy. That's a spicy beer.
Yo, kick to it.
Yeah, it's a spicy beer.
All right. All right.
All right.
So what are you really drinking? I'm gonna change my drink.
Really, you don't want that? I figured you wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I want to flip this later. Oh my god, especially after.
Right, the burp.
Yeah.
All right, what are you? Oh, you're just gonna.
All right. Yeah.
You're not gonna get a fun one?
This is a fun one,
I guess you're right.
I guess. All right, you go
Okay,
first.
okay. I'm gonna do the Sweetwater Gummies Fruit Punch IPA. Excuse me.
All right, I'm going with the Juice Force.
Solid.
Oh yeah, a lot better.
Oh, this is such a good beer.
Is it good?
I think I might like that one actually more than the tropical.
Yeah, I like that one better than the Juice Force.
This is good.
It's
You
good.
gotta go
yeah.
back to Kroger and get these.
I know,
These are really good.
really good. I'll put a picture up in post of that. But yeah, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've done a podcast, and we got a new face here.
Our new voice.
New voice, yeah, new voice, new face, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just wanted to go, and we had an adventure
You did.
last week, and it was an adventure.
I had to call out of work the next day.
Oh yeah,
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 that was fun.
because we so our adventure was
Obviously from the thumbnail.
From the yeah. We went to see Insidious, and like we heard about like the new movie coming out, and so like I think like 3 weeks ahead of time, we decided to sit down and just watch
Like all of them.
all of the movies. And
because I'm a lore slut. Like I love lore. Anything that has to do with like a background, like multiple movies, like I will watch the hell out of that shit. Because I don't like one movies that are scary, and then that's it. Like don't get me wrong, like I like the Evil Dead series because they keep coming out with them. But like I'm talking about like they'll come out with a movie that's scary and then that's it. Like I like it when they come out with like movie 1, 2, 3, 4, like
yeah,
because it's like it's never ending. I don't know. That's just how I enjoy my scary movies. So that's why I was excited to see this one because I was like, ooh, because it's the fifth one or the fourth one. I keep getting confused.
I think this is the 5th one. But the cool thing about the reason why this one was like so like anticipated was because this is the 3rd, I'm gonna call it like a main installment, because you had Insidious 1 and 2, which were back to back, and those were, you know, right after each other, and those were kind of, we'll call them like the main installments because they had like the main characters, whereas I think the 3rd one that came out, oh boy, I can't remember. There was one that came out that was technically a prequel, and then you had like The Last Key that was like a prequel to the prequel. So the fact that this one coming out, when we heard about it, it was called The Red Door, and it's like a main installment, was something that was like super anticipated, and one that I was like, I gotta see it in the theaters. Like I was like, I can't wait, because the way that we've been is we'll just wait like the 6 months for the movie to come out.
Yeah, but we were like, no, like we haven't been to the movie theater in a long time, and we want like the movie theater experience.
Yeah,
because we want like I don't know, we want to sit down in a nice chair. Not that we don't have a nice couch, but like, I don't know. I think it's just we wanted the experience.
one of the full experience.
Yeah. Like quiet experience. No, I mean that's weird to say because we can just sit down in our house, but I don't know how to describe it. Like
it's like kind of like, I guess like when I think of like when we were kids, like, and we would go to the movie theaters, it just felt like the sound was more surrounding.
It was just like more intense and more scary.
Yeah,
because you didn't feel completely safe in a movie theater. Like you feel more safe in a in your house.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember, because it started off kind of like, dang, I woke up like way before you. And I remember like looking up show times, and I was like, oh man. It was like 30% off of a ticket.
I know.
And then like the late night show was like at 9:40. I was like, no one's gonna be there because it's so late at night, and tickets were like $12. And I was like, I haven't seen a movie ticket under like $25 in years.
That's what I'm saying.
And then all of a sudden you decided, you were just like,
I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. Like, let's go. Because it was Saturday, and I was like, let's go see it. We haven't gone to a movie theater. It's a cute, fun date night. Cute experience. And then it was fun. It was interesting.
It was interesting, yeah. It's not like it used to be.
Absolutely not.
You want to tell them the experience?
Yeah, I mean, I can. It's my version. There's my version.
I want to hear your version.
Because I don't know. Because when we were explaining it to your parents, there's movie theater etiquette, and I feel like people have lost that. And I mean, every time we keep telling people, oh yeah, we went to go to the movie theater, they're like, oh, why'd you do that? And this is like, I guess we forgot like that like movie theaters suck now. And we just like, we are just reminiscing from like when we were kids or when we were teenagers, that movie theaters, like you shut the fuck up and you be quiet and you watch the movie. But like from the moment we got in there, and I don't even want to complain about the price, like the food prices and stuff, because I feel like they're always going to be expensive. That's like something we can't really complain about.
There's something too, like that's why the prices were so low, because the food prices was high.
Yeah. So I'm not complaining about that. One thing I will say that I do appreciate is that we could get beer. Like I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
like
we
that's
could get
like
beer.
Like I really enjoyed that because like sometimes I don't want a frozen Coke. I mean, I always have to get a frozen Coke, but I like, you know, I always get a slushie, and then they're like no refills, and I'm like, well, I want a beer, but I can't drink beer. But that's one thing I do appreciate.
Yeah, and what like And to be fair, like the food that we got was actually like
It's actually
really good.
And it was actually like huge for the price we paid because
Yeah.
we got two nachos and they were like 15 each. I mean, but it was still $30. But that was like our dinner and it was huge. And it was
Yeah.
like came with like a bunch of sides and stuff, so we can't really complain about that.
I know, I kept like pulling cups out. I was like,
I know.
What
No,
is
I
this?
literally kept pulling chips underneath the chip and I was like, dang, like when is this ever gonna end? Like I was like, I feel like so rude chomping down on this, and I was like, wait a minute. Like the moment we sat down, there was these kids that sat down next to me, and they were like, they had to be under 10, like 100%. They were under 10. There was like what, 2 of them or 3 of them? I don't remember.
I think 2 of them, but this ties into why the movies.
Yeah. This is like the whole rant is because like we sat down and this mom, like, bring your kids to the theater. I don't care. Like, do whatever you want, like free will and stuff. But like, she brought her kids because it was PG-13, right? So
yeah, I thought it was
like,
rated R.
So it's like, okay, fine, bring your kids to a scary movie, but at the same time, it's like 9, almost 10 o'clock at night because after the commercials, it's like 10-ish, 10 like almost 10:30.
Yeah.
And the kid right next to me is before they even like the movie started, like it was like the intro, like the beginning, like I'm talking like the first 5 minutes of the movie, he was already crying, and the mom like turned to him and was like, "Next time you're gonna stay at home." And it's like, why'd you bring him?
Just keep him at home.
Literally, why did you bring him? Like, I get it, it's Saturday and like stuff like that, and you want to watch a scary movie, like, cause like you want to have fun too as like a person or as a parent, but like, I don't know.
I know the funniest part was like I was just kind of sitting there and I just remember you nudging me.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what? You're like, this little bitch is crying next
I know,
to
no,
me
I was
before
like
the
typing
movie
on my
even
phone
starts.
because I didn't want the mom to see or something, but I was like, this kid is already crying. Like that poor kid, I heard his whimpers and I was like, dear Lord, I felt bad for the kid. Like I'm not blaming the kid. Like I don't want I don't want like anybody to think like I literally hate kids. Like no, I feel bad for the kid because it's not fair that he has to stay up until almost midnight watching this movie that he doesn't want to watch because hell, it's fucking boring to him. Like he doesn't want to watch this. Like no kid wants to sit still for 2 hours watching a scary movie that they're not interested in. Like,
I know. I felt for that kid.
I felt bad for them
because I looked over and like you could just see like his cheeks were like wet from where he was crying, and I was like, this kid's gonna be messed up after this movie because I remember like watching like Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a kid, and it just like messed me up.
Yeah,
and like
that's what I'm saying. Like this is when I watched Signs. Like my mom forced us to watch Signs as a kid with the whole family, and that movie messed me up as a kid because it was first of all scary and boring and not interesting. And I was forced to watch it, so of course it's going to traumatize me. But I also want to say that the kids were not. I don't want to make the kids out to be, like
little demons.
Yeah, like bad kids. No, they were actually like well behaved throughout the movie.
They were like
they weren't like crying, like actually yelling, crying, or screaming or anything. Like they didn't like actually rose their voice like a lot. They were
probably like one of the quietest.
No, literally well behaved kids.
Yeah.
Like the mom never like the mom had to shush them a couple times, but
they were still less obnoxious than like you could like. I remember because when we got the tickets, we picked like the dead middle of the entire.
I never
theater.
told you this, but I was like, dang, should I do like? Because I like to sit in the like the actual dead smack in the middle. Like I'm talking like like I literally count the seats like from if they're even and like the one that's like directly in the middle because I like to just like be full on because I don't like having people's faces like over like heads behind me or in front of me or something. But I was like, dang, I want to put us in front of the behind the wheelchair accessible one because it was a little closer, but I was like, no, I really want to sit like really in the middle. So I went back and changed our seats to the ones that we got, and dang, I mean, either one we would have been right behind the kids. So it's like
I think it would have been less noticeable.
I don't know. Either way, they would have still been whispering, and the mom would have kept shushing them throughout the whole movie. But
I could have I think the kids were fine. My biggest problem were like the people that sat to my right, and then up at the front because like up at the front you could see like I don't know. It was like people like you could like I remember like the screen was here. And then I was looking down at the chairs, and people were like sitting there on YouTube the entire time. And then there was like a group of like kids to the right that kept getting up and going like, "Oh!" Like, and I was just like,
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, they weren't the worst. Like, the kids weren't the worst part. I mean, it was more annoying for me because I was right next to them,
Yeah.
and I could hear the little voices and like little whispers like constantly. But excuse me, but the couple next to you, the guy was just like a complete dick, like
Yeah,
inconsiderate.
like there was like middle of the movie, the guy like pulls out his phone and just answers his phone. And it's not like he was like whispering on the phone. He
Hmm.
was like, "What's up?" Like just I was just like, "Bro."
It's like we all paid so much. Like, I don't want to be annoying, but it's like we all paid money for this tickets. I guess just like
It's like you're not the only
just
one here.
etiquette.
Yeah, just
Just
etiquette.
like movie theater etiquette has like I feel so old like saying that like oh back in my day we were like so quiet in the movie theater, but it's like I don't know, like I guess like just we appreciated that when we saw the movies, like we were there to see them and watch them, not like just goof off and just like make this like our home. Like I didn't walk into the movie theater as if I built it, but everybody else did.
Yeah,
Everybody
everybody
else
really
like
did.
walked into that movie theater thinking they built it by brick and was like, I live here now. Like let me just like answer the phone. Let me just turn on this flashlight while I eat my food.
Oh yeah, yeah, the guy by speaking of that, the guy sitting next to me when his food arrived because it was one of those like fancy dancy pantsy like movie theaters where you could like order the food, they bring it to
Yeah,
you.
it's like not like just popcorn. Like you can order like nachos, burgers, like
Yeah,
wings and stuff, fries.
and he ordered a burger, and that's like because I felt bad because we
I
ordered
know.
nachos,
I was like, dang,
and
should I
nachos
be
are like the most
loudest thing?
loudest
I know. I
food.
was like, dang, I feel bad low key getting nachos, but I was like, I don't want anything else. Like, I don't trust
Yeah,
that meat.
and I remember like being so quiet, like I would like bite it. I was like,
At one point, I didn't care. I was like, fuck it. Like, literally, if everybody
yeah,
else can be obnoxious and these kids can whisper, like, I can eat my damn nachos. Like,
yeah,
I don't
but
care.
the dude,
Yeah.
homeboy, like turned on his free, his
Like,
fucking
I mean,
flashlight
I
and
get.
is like looking at his food, and then he tucks it like he's wearing a white shirt, and so he tucks the flashlight, not turning it off, but he tucks his phone so the flashlight's pointing towards his like clothing, but
Yeah.
because he's wearing a white shirt. It
Mm-hmm.
reflects off and is like shining me in the eyes the entire
It
time.
was like hitting me too. I was like,
It was
dude,
like
you
so
gotta,
bright.
like,
Like the fact that he was wearing a white shirt with a flashlight was brighter than just the flashlight.
oh yeah, that's what it also happened. Is that he was wearing a white shirt, so it
It
reflected
just like
off.
reflected.
Yeah.
And then like during the movie his significant other like answered her phone, so they both answered a phone call during the movie, but at least she whispered.
Do you remember
So,
like during not to get off track, but do you remember like when before because the movie trailers there was always like a commercial of like make sure your phones are off and your phone's on silent. Like it
yeah.
was like a little like commercial or something. I don't know why like do they I don't know if they still have those or like
Did it play and we just missed it? Or
what if like we went to like one of those movie theaters that is just like it's like free will, like there's no rules or something. I don't know. Like are there movie theaters like that? Like where you just like there's no rules. I don't know because
I don't know.
when we saw Doctor Strange,
Doctor Strange, it was actually not that bad.
well, the movie wasn't that bad, but I'm saying like the movie theater we went to, like everybody was quiet. Like it
Yeah.
was a nice movie. I mean, we got pretty shitty seats because we bought them last minute and they were like on an end aisle.
Yeah, and the kid I sat next to
Oh
smelled like
yeah,
he
you said
shit his pants. It's like
yeah,
straight
you
up
said he
smelled
smelled
like.
like BO and you were like traumatized and were like, I don't want to go to the movie theater back again. And I was like, okay. But like I'm saying the etiquette, like overall, like everybody was quiet and like
Yeah, and like there's like difference because like of course like people are gonna be quiet,
mm-hmm.
but I don't mind it like when there's like a super hype moment and then everyone's like
Yeah.
hyping it up together. Like that's completely fine, but just like being blatantly rude.
Yeah, it was just like because the kid when I tell you the kids did not stop talking, like whispering throughout the whole movie. There was like it was like what 2 hours maybe, 2 hours. I don't know how long the movie was, but it was like
Can't remember. Yeah.
it was just like constant like for 2 hours long. Like they just did not want to stop talking, and the mom kept having to shush them because like then they were like, "Mom, I'm hungry," and so you can order food like at the chair or something, or like from your phone. And so all of a sudden you see these like workers coming in with like 3 bags of popcorn and like three like drinks and the mom is like which one's Sprite and like the workers are like I don't know like you ordered it.
You ordered it.
I didn't tell you that but like the mom was like which one's Sprite and she the woman like the workers like I don't know like I don't know, maybe like try it and figure it out.
Sip it and
like
figure it out,
sip
bitch.
it, like sip it. It's okay. Like if your kid accidentally has a little bit of Coke, I'm sure it doesn't matter to you since your kid's already up at 10 o'clock at night. Like
For
their
real.
caffeine will not make a difference for them, I promise. But it was just like, because towards the end of the movie, I guess the mom started to give up because then she handed them like the phones. And then the kid was playing Among Us, but he didn't know how to play Among Us. So he would go to a room. Like, I forgot how, like,
Are you going on an Among Us side tangent?
no, like,
You,
no.
you can't. It's
No,
fine.
no, I'm not saying that. Well, I kind of am.
It's okay.
I kind of am.
Okay.
Because I was like kind of like side eyeing it because I was kind of looking because I was kind of curious, but I was also annoyed. But like, what is it called? So you can start. I forgot. I haven't played it forever, but you go into a room, right? Like you go into like a group or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was going into that, but he doesn't know how to play it, so he's just walking in circles, like like I'm talking walking in circles for 30 minutes, and then he started to sing, and his mom was like, "Shh." Because I don't know, I guess he was singing like the Among Us song or something. I guess there's an Among Us
Is there
theme.
a
Yeah, something like
Or
that.
is that
I
the
don't
cat
know.
song? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. No, but it was just funny because I was like, dude. Because then he was getting even more squirmy, and he was just constantly like, he was kind of making like fart noises with his mouth, and like raspberries with his mouth, and I was like, dude, because this is what the part with when it was starting to get more intense, like the part of the movie. So I was like trying to get my full attention, and this kid's making raspberries, and I'm like, and going around in circles and Among Us, and not even like killing anybody, and I'm just like, okay, this is fine. And then the little girl kept talking and talking and talking and talking, just like mom, 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 and I'm like,
I remember hearing the mom,
mom, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know, but that was my part about like the kids just being annoying and just everybody just being enough.
Yeah.
And then one last thing though is like when one last thing about like the problem, and then we can move on to like obviously like the what we enjoy like about the movie. But
yeah.
but when we finally left the theater, obviously if you buy something, you throw it away. These kids and these moms and basically everybody in the theater just left all their crap. Like left their popcorn, left their drinks, like left a fucking mess everywhere. And they like I get it, like they work there, like they're making $7 an hour and they're like teenagers and stuff like that. Like they get paid to clean, but you fucking clean up after your mess. Like that's just fucking
That was something
nasty.
we were always taught
I
to
was
like
always
just, you know,
taught, don't leave your popcorn, don't leave your drink, like you throw it away. Like if you drop it, like you tell the worker and stuff like that. Like
yeah, it's
you...
not. I'm sorry. Go
No,
on.
that's it.
But
Like,
not only is it like rude to leave your stuff, but like by the time we left, it was like already midnight,
right?
and the people working were like in like teenagers.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know, because it was a Saturday, you know those teenagers cleaning up have to be there. Probably they double booked them for the morning then after.
Right.
So why would you make their lives like even harder?
Just people just
Like,
inconsiderate.
it's
But
just so rude.
but it was so funny that you mentioned that because when we were buying the food, and the worker, like the teenager, she was like, you know, you can just buy food at the bar. You don't have to come to this like stay in this, like, because I was at the concession stand and you were at the beer stand.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll go grab the food if you go grab the beer, so we can just, you know,
Divide and conquer.
yeah, divide and conquer, so that
Divide
we
and
can
conquer.
divide and conquer. So literally, like, I'm waiting in line and there's this huge group in front of me. Like I'm talking like, what, it had to be 10 kids, like 10.
It was a lot.
It was a
I kept
lot.
looking back. I was like,
I was like, I hope they're.
moving.
I was like, they're probably watching the same movie as us. I don't know. I don't care, but I know it's gonna be forever until we get our food. But I was like, at least I'm prepared and I know. Like, I much have rather known that than if I ordered online and been like waiting 30 minutes, because we were waiting a long time for our food. But I was like, I mean,
remember I kept looking and I was like,
I know.
that's how everything was going. I was like,
I
everyone's
know.
being so rude. I was like,
Only nachos will save us.
Are they gonna bring our nachos to the wrong theater or the wrong? But I was like, no, they're a lot.
I was like, they're
smarter
probably
than that.
backed up. So I was like, I don't care, like, because you could tell that the group that was in front of me ordered a lot of food. So I was like, no problem. But the worker was like, saw Nick coming over with the beer because he had already gotten the beer before I could even like pay for the food. And the lady, like the girl, was like, you know, you could just like order food at the bar. I was like, oh. Yeah, we haven't been in the like theater in like forever, so we don't know. And then under her breath, like her friend is also like clocking to another register to like help move the line down because another line was forming, and she was the one that took my order. She was like, "Girl, I'm so ready to go. I got 10 minutes left." I was like, I feel so bad for her. Because like nobody wants to be there. Like, I
It
mean,
was so late.
it was
Like,
so late. Like,
that's
I
why I was hoping
understand.
it would be like,
But that goes like that ties in with like, don't fucking leave your mess at the movie theater. Like, that's just not cool.
yeah,
Like, don't do it. Like, you can either have good karma or bad karma, and you're gonna have bad karma if you do that.
super bad caramel. Yeah.
Yes, because it's just messed up. I don't know. Maybe
But so I guess we can. How did you like the movie?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but all that aside,
Yeah, I know.
how did you like the movie?
Excuse me. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's the whole point of this, is that we don't know because we can't give a proper. I guess we can give a proper opinion,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be very like, I'm gonna be very fair because I want to give it another chance.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say, oh, I hated it. Because I was like, during the movie, I was like, dang, this is not my vibe. Like, I don't know why I'm not connecting with this movie like the other ones. But I couldn't tell. I think Nick said it best in the car. He was like, I think it was the environment. Like,
Yeah.
it was the environment. And he was like, I was like, so did you like it? And he was like, I don't know. Like, I want to, like, I really can't tell because of the environment that we were in, that we just did not understand the movie. Because we couldn't. Because everybody
there's so
so
many
much going on.
distractions. Like, because I was a huge fan of all the other movies except for, I don't think I saw the last key or whatever, but I love the other movies. But like, this movie, I just don't know as a whole if I liked. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was like some parts I was like, this is fucking lame.
Yeah.
Like, there was like one part I was like,
I'm really trying to remember.
it's so stupid, because I don't want to spoil it, but there was like
I mean, this whole thing's about spoils, so we might as well.
Oh yeah, there's like, okay, so if you haven't seen the movie, I'm really sorry, you can fuck off, but like, this is what happened. Like, the like the whole like climax of the movie, like, I really liked how they led up to like catching up with what has happened, because it seemed like they used
that was what I
the
was trying
same
to remember.
actors
Yeah.
as like from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciated them kind of like going over everything. It seemed kind of slow, but if you're into lore like that, it kind of like builds that, like, how they've progressed since the first and second movie, which I really appreciated. It was slow, but at the same time, I still really appreciated it.
Well, that was like my issue with it, is that for the first 45 minutes to an hour of the movie, it was just a catch up of the last three movies. But that, well, like, I can't tell. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what my opinion is now. Like, I don't. Obviously, it's probably gonna change it when we see it again. But even then, I was like, okay, we get it. He was in a coma. Like, we get it. Like, we understand.
Yeah.
Like, everybody who's watched these movies, the last 3 or 4 movies, knows that this kid was in a coma and that his memory is erased. Like, we get it. We don't need, like, another 45 minutes of catching up of, like, why were you in a coma? Like, why? Like, because like, his roommate was like, why were you in a coma? Like, what's going on? And then he had to explain it. And then she was doing some research and was like, hey, you're an astral projector. And it's just like, oh my God, is this the first movie all over again? Like, why? Like, why are we, like, redoing the whole first movie of him just realizing that he can astral project? Like, I wanted more red face man. Like,
Yeah,
I just like that's all we wanted. Like, I just wanted to see more of him, and like the whole, I don't know, I just wanted more of him because I like the red face man. So
it did seem like they put a lot of the emphasis on the build, like the
yeah,
excuse me, the background, and then when it came to like the entire build up, because of all that emphasis, the build up was like maybe 15 minutes.
yeah,
and because of like, it was just so lackluster, and then like how they finally get rid of Red Face Man, who was never fucking in the movie.
No, he literally was not in the movie. That's what made me so mad. Like, I was like, I thought this whole thing was about Red Face Man, but like, he was in the movie for maybe like not even a quarter, like
Not
literally,
even,
like,
like,
literally like 2 minutes maybe. Like,
and then what's the name of the older lady from the first ones? Is it Elsie?
Eliza, Elisa,
Elise, yeah.
Elise.
And she's like not even.
Oh yeah, she's not even in it.
She's not even in the movie.
She's in the movie, the last scene.
Like the very last scene.
The last scene.
And that's when I got super hyped, because I was like, she's finally in it.
Yeah, and then it was like,
That was it.
And then spoiler, obviously she goes, we will meet again.
Yeah, and it's like,
It's
what,
like,
what,
do you mean?
what the
What
fuck
do you
else
mean?
can you do from here? Like, I'm sorry, James Wan, you really fucked the dog on this one. Like,
Is he, not to like change the subject, but is he directing The Nun 2? Do we know?
no, because I don't think so because the original Nun was not directed by him either.
I thought it was.
No.
Oh no, it
Different
wasn't.
directors.
It was
Yeah.
who? It was somebody that we know. It was somebody who did not the Conjuring movies.
That's
was,
also James Wan.
Wait, no, there was. Oh my god, no! It was somebody that who has done these scary movies before.
Oh yeah.
I forgot his name.
But it's just I don't know.
Okay.
He did he really.
Because I'm gonna be really mad if like I don't want to like go off subject, but I'm gonna be really mad if The Nun 2 is gonna suck. But
I don't think it will.
I hope it won't because I love The Nun. I know you make fun of me for it, but I enjoy The Nun. I think The Nun is pretty spooky.
Really good,
like
yeah.
I think it's a good spook, and like the nun herself is like really eerie and stuff, and I just like her. I like The Nun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it also like goes from like the Conjuring movies, and like the Conjuring movies are pretty good. So
Yeah, The Conjuring's also James Wan.
no.
I'm sorry, I'm just messing.
No. Michael Chaves.
What else did he do?
Okay, he's doing The Nun 2.
Yeah.
What else did he do?
Okay, so it should be good.
Well, he did The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. The one that we saw
Oh, the last one.
we saw it like a month ago, right?
Yeah, that was a really good one.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that movie.
And then, but like, what happened with this? Because James Wan did did Barbarian, and then Malignant, which I thought. The more that I think about Barbarian, the more I actually think that it was really good.
It was really good.
It's actually really good.
It was good. It was just.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's good.
It's a movie. It's a horror movie for women. I know it's gonna sound weird and that makes no sense, but I really think it is. Cause I don't know. It's like Midsummer, like to me.
Yeah.
Like that's what I see Barbarian as.
We'll have to do a whole different segment on A24.
Like no, for real.
Because the more that I think about A24 films, the more that I don't like them.
Honestly, I don't think they'll ever age well. I know that's gonna sound very controversial, but I think in 5 or 10 years, everyone's gonna look back on A24 and be like, "This wasn't good. Like, why did we hype it up?"
That's
like
what
it
I'm
was
saying. Because Hereditary is what pushed it over the top for me. Because everybody hypes Hereditary.
I know, and
after watching it,
okay.
it was the biggest disappointment.
It's just,
and I was like,
it's literally okay. Like it's good if you want to watch it for the first time, and if like you wanted like a Halloween movie, maybe. But
yeah, like maybe like if you don't want to get too scared on Halloween.
come on, like okay, when I watched it in theaters, because I watched it when it came out, like not to brag, but like when I watched it, I'm just saying. Like, because it was hyped when it first came out. Like, it was, like, the movie you needed to see. Like, everybody was like, oh, have you seen Hereditary? Like, have you seen it? And when I tell you, in the theater, when nobody has seen this movie ever before, and that scene where her head gets chopped off, when I tell you the whole theater was quiet. So you have to, like, I mean, that is a genuine, like, reaction, and I feel like is appreciated from the movie, because I feel like it's a movie theater movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, it's good when you see in the movie theater for the one time and then that's it. Because, like I said, like, everybody was silent. Like, when her head got chopped off.
Like, in the car? Or are you
in the
talking
car.
about the mom?
No. Well, that too was messed up. But nobody has seen this movie ever before, so, like, we can't hype it up. We don't know what it's about, but everybody keeps telling us to watch it. And then her head gets chopped, like, the kid's head gets chopped off, and it's just, like, everyone, like, that's the reaction, like, the director obviously wanted you to have, which like he succeeded, and that's why the movie was a success in its time. But obviously it's like years later and everyone's like, okay, like, who cares?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, like, who cares now?
Because I've seen Midsummer like 3 or 4 times, and the first time I saw it I was like, wow, that's pretty messed up, and the second time I saw it I was like, okay, I kind of see, where the things connect, and then like the third time I saw it I was just like, why are we hyping this? And then after seeing Hereditary, and then after seeing Old fucking sucked. Like, Old was like,
Old could have gone in
terrible.
a so much better direction if they didn't have bad actors.
But now, you
The
know,
acting was
A24, yeah, the acting
like if they had
sucked.
actual good actors, it would have been a good
But
movie.
who was that? Oh, because the boy from Hereditary
Yeah, it was an
wasn't
old,
old.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Alex Wolff.
And now they're saying, like, because A24 has this new movie about to come out, and they're like, this is going to be the scariest movie of the summer. And I'm
It's
like, is it?
Is
Is
it?
it? Is it actually?
Is it really? Well, it was like yesterday when I made you watch Prisoners. Like, I'm like, I mean, I don't even want to watch this movie, but I want him to watch it. And I used to hype that movie up so much. Like, it used to be my top 5. Like, you know, back in what it came out in 2013.
2013, yeah.
It used to be my top 5 like for years. And then like just recently, I'm just like, like I like Zodiac the movie more than I do like Prisoners, which is like surprising because I'm like I'm kind of over serial killer movies. Like I just like don't care about it. But Zodiac is still such a good movie that I'm like it's better than Prisoners.
We might have to check that one out tonight.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen Zodiac.
And I want to see Us.
Oh yeah, you need to see Us. Us. Okay, see that's
I
what
think,
that's
honestly,
what I'm getting at.
Hold on. Sorry. I got a little side.
That's okay. Go.
Sorry. I think. Sorry, this goes with the whole thing that I think A24 is like super overrated. I think Jordan Peele is actually probably where horror movies are at right now. Because I'm thinking about like, because I was like, what was the last like actually good scary movie that I saw? And it was Nope.
It was Nope.
It was Nope.
Nope was so good. Nope was like it had so much like it had like you can't see my face reaction, but when I get like spooked, like my hands go on my head and I'm like, what? Like it made me do that almost like the entire movie, which is like the whole point of the movie. And I was watching or listening to a podcast, Keep It Real, and they were talking about because they talk about like pop culture and like the movies and like, you know, people of color and like the movie industry of like people of color making movies and stuff, because I like to keep myself educated. But when Nope came out, it came out what?
Last year, right?
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Oh
when it came out last year, like I was watching the podcast because I was like, I really like my favorite, like my top 2 favorite movies are Us. I don't know what my first favorite movie is Gone Girl, but my second favorite movie is Us. Because I can watch Us and it will still make me have goosebumps and chills as the first time I watched it. Because it's so mind fucking. Like you literally like feel so scared about your own self that you're just like, is anything real? Like, I mean, that's the whole point. Jordan,
maybe we're watching that tonight. It
is so good, but I want to buy it on a Blu-ray because I want to keep it physically.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll rent it out just so you can see it. But
we'll buy it. We'll still buy it.
It's so good. But like that's what I'm saying. Like they like the podcast made it seem like everyone's setting this unreal expectation on Jordan, that he's just gonna constantly make these horror movies that are gonna mindfuck you. But all he wants to do is just make horror movies, because once you see, like, obviously you can't have an opinion because you haven't seen Nope and Get Out and Us. But when those 2 movies came out, they were so mind-fucking and, like, mind-blowing that everybody thought that, okay, this is what he's gonna do now. Like, he's just gonna keep mind-blowing you. But when Nope came out, everybody was like, oh, this is a big disappointment because it's not mind-blowing. Like, it's not crazy. But all he wants to do is just make horror movies. He doesn't want to, like, you can't have this expectation on this director for every single one of his movies, because it's like, dude, like, he just wants to make scary movies. He doesn't want to, like, I don't know.
Because not only did, like, as far as, like, alien movies go, I thought that was, because
it was creative.
You guys know me. Like, I got a tattoo of an alien.
Like, aliens
on my
are,
leg,
like, my shit.
my
like,
thing.
we love aliens.
And I thought that was such, like, an awesome take on, like, aliens. And not only that, but he tied in, like, the awareness of, remember when, like, the monkey, what was his name?
The chimp attacks.
Yeah, he threw that in there, like,
Which
it was just like under the radar.
Like, which is still like a weird interpretation, because like,
what does it have to do with aliens?
Exactly, what does it have to do? Like, I kind of want to watch like a deep dive of the movie from, because I watch another person on YouTube who watches a lot of movies. I think it told you, like, what's her name? Grayson Projects. She watches a lot of movies and she deep dives them because she's like a movie buff. But she didn't really like the movie, and it's like, okay, well, I did. So I mean,
did. I loved it.
That's what I'm saying.
I loved it.
But she just didn't understand, like, the whole point of, you know, the whole UFO being the alien itself. Like, she didn't like that. But I thought it was creative.
I thought it was very creative.
I thought it was very creative, because it's just like, you don't expect that.
Yeah.
You don't.
But and at the same time, it kind of makes sense.
It makes sense.
It kind of makes sense.
And when I tell you, like, when I found out that the UFO, like, sounds of its whirring were screams of the people inside, I literally got goosebumps just now. Like, that still fucks me up. Like, I think about that. Like, I literally will drive to work and I'm like, dang, like, those whirring sounds, like when the alien, like when the UFO passes by the house and like they're like chasing after it, or screams of the alien that eats people, is like, that is so fucked up.
And then like they're in the house, and then all of a sudden it's
blood.
like
blood. Oh my god, I'm sorry. No, you just reminded me. It's just blood of all the people it's eating.
Yeah. Because
that just shows you how like evil this alien is. Oh, it's a subwoofer right there. I know, right? It was the alien coming from. It hurt. It sounded like it. That's why I got scared. No, but another thing I thought was creative is that it can't eat you unless you look at it, which is really interesting because, you know, like
that is actually really interesting.
Well, also like with your tattoo, you know how like the whole UFO symbol and it's like beaming down and it like absorbs somebody is because like, oh, if you see a light, you're gonna look up. And so I thought that was really creative that he took that, like that history of UFOs.
Oh, I didn't think about
that. Like the history of UFOs of like people who look up will get absorbed and get, you know, abducted. Like if you look up, you're gonna like, or like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, the whole like design of like the UFO and the beam of light and then the person like midair. And so I thought that was creative that he made the alien only able to eat somebody if it looked at him. Like with its eyes. That's why it absorbed like the big horse, like the plastic horse, because it looked at him. And I was like, that's creative because it goes back to like, you know, hundreds of years ago when they found, you know, we're, you know, going in history of UFOs that, hey, if you look at it, it's probably going to abduct you. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty creative.
That's pretty creative.
Just saying.
And then just to tie this into Insidious, just so we can have that continuity, the way that they beat the bad guy in the new Insidious movie is by painting a painting of the red door black.
Oh my god!
Which is so different.
No, dude, no, because
I remember when that happened. I leaned over to you. I was like,
"Oh yeah,
that's so lame."
No, that's what you said. I was like trying to remember what you said was lame, and I was like, I mean, probably the whole movie, but I do remember that the, because he was getting it like the kid was getting into like a trance because he was going to art school, but he didn't know what he like who he was because he was in a coma and he got his memory erased that he can astral project. But the teacher, which I thought was weird, the teacher was like, okay, on the count of 3.
If you cannot draw what I want you to draw, then you can leave. And it's just like, if you cannot rip up your drawing and leave, then you are not an artist. It's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I worked 40 hours on this. You want me to rip it up? Yes. Then you must leave.
And the kid just like leaves and stuff. I was like, okay, good for him.
I was like, why would you tear up something that took you hours?
That's what I said. That's not a good art teacher. She just wants to.
If it's not good at shit, you must leave.
I was like, that's so freaking stupid.
I thought that was super weird.
Well, what I also thought was weird is that like, the teacher was like, okay, everybody, I want you to, you know, draw something from your soul or something, or from your dreams or something, and then obviously they can only astral project if, you know, you count down. Yeah. That's why the teacher was counting down. And so the teacher counts down from 3 and I forgot the kid's name. I'm sorry. Dalton. Yeah. He like obviously is closing his eyes and like he's starting to astral project and then he starts like drawing something like crazy, like sketching, like not even something. And then honestly I forgot. He just keeps drawing it. He keeps like drawing it and drawing it as a picture of his dad like behind the red door. Oh yeah, and he was like, my dad attacked me. Yeah, and then he's trying to like, he just keeps getting, it was just flashbacks. Yeah, he was just getting like super frustrated with his dad, and I was like, dude, it's been 10 years. Have you not seen the 2 movies yet? Like, I will say though, it was kind of cool. I will say it was kind of cool that they used the same actor. Yeah, that was like, really cool. Kid. Like, and James Wan is real. I love James Wan's camera angles. No, I like his cinematography. I love his camera angles that was another thing is that his camera work is really good. It's really good. Like you will always get. It's kind of like The Evil Dead, like what we watched yesterday. The camera work was really good. Yeah. Because I liked the when the mom was behind the door and it was like a fisheye, and almost like oh yeah, it was like a fisheye, and she was like, "Let me in," and I thought that was pretty cool. Because it didn't just show her behind the door, just like
I thought it was cool, like when her sister was like listening to the records.
Yes.
And then you could kind of see her like crawl over the back.
Yeah.
And then when she's like right behind her, you could tell, like, you could see her in like the reflection of the window pane.
I actually really enjoyed that one.
That was really good.
I enjoyed for horror movies. We saw Nope this year. Because we'll have to do like a horror movie like list.
We'll have to make that another.
Well, I'm saying like my top this year is probably Nope and Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead Rise.
Because I wasn't expecting to like Evil Dead Rise, but I was like, I was gagging a couple of times because it was disgusting and evil. But it was like, that's the point. Like that's what I have to deal with if I want. Like, if like that's the point the movie wants to make towards me is to scare me, and that's what it did. But I really enjoyed it.
Because I remember I originally watched Evil Dead Rise on my phone, and I was like, I don't know if I really liked it because, like, of course your phone's only so big. Yeah. But then finally getting you to rewatch it with me after like begging you for a week.
I just have to be in the mood. I have to have a day off. I can't like watch a really intense scary movie and then have to go to work the next day because it's just like that's all I'm thinking about. Like I need to like make sure I had the next day off or the day off. That way I can just like process it. Yeah. Because if I like a movie, I'm gonna be thinking about it all day, and if I don't like a movie, I'm gonna still be thinking about it all day. Cause So I just like to watch movies on my day off, I guess. But
but I will say, finally watching it on like a big screen, like I think I appreciated it a lot more. And then they Rat King then.
No, when I tell you I ate that Rat King shit up. Like I know I'm like copying the name from like the game that I'm playing, but I mean it's basically what it is. It's like they absorbed into one, because I think that's like the name of it is like when something absorbs into one or whatever. It's called the Rat King. So I think it is just a universal name, but I don't know why. I love when shit just like absorbs into each other and just like becomes one, because that's what happens also in FNAF. Like at the end of Security Breach. When I watched it this year. Was it this year? When I was really sick and it was last year. Was
it in it last year?
I think it was last year when Security Breach came out and I was really sick. Yeah, because Rusty was still alive, so he was like just hanging out with me. But no, I ate that shit up because it's in the last scene of Security Breach, all of like the old animatronics absorbed into one and was trying to kill spoilers. What's it called? Yeah, spoilers for FNAF, but they absorbed into one and was trying to kill Funtime Freddy. And so I really thought that was really cool. I don't know why. I just eat that shit up. I think it's just really cool.
I know the thing that sucks too is just to bring it back is so there's gonna be a FNAF movie coming out.
Yes.
And then there's another like really good scary movie coming out. Both are gonna be by Blumhouse, which did Insidious.
I like the way you say it, though. Blumhouse.
Is it Blumhouse or is it Blumhouse?
I don't know. Whenever we watch a movie that's Blumhouse, you always go Blumhouse. So I can't hear you say it normally without thinking that you're saying it wrong.
I don't know how to say it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you need us to say it like normally.
Blumhouse.
There you go. Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
Just say it how you naturally say it.
But they just come out with like banger of movies, and the sad thing is like when we were in the theater, we saw like so many good previews of new scary movies coming out, and I was like,
dang, we should have watched Indiana. Not to interrupt. Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I want to. No, but nobody's in the theater to see Indiana Jones.
That's the point.
Jesus Christ. Anyways,
yeah.
We'll get to there in a second. But now there's so many movies coming out that I'm like, I want to see in the movie theaters, but
you can't. Yeah, like, after this, we've learned our lesson.
Because like you guys know that I'm a big Borderlands fan, and Jamie Lee Curtis apparently tweeted something, I think either yesterday, today, sometime this week, that the movie will be releasing next year, and I have an agreement with Oni or Diabeto, I forget what he goes by on this, but that we're gonna go see it in the theaters, because why wouldn't we? It's like 19.
But
that's like 15 years of friendship, and like
but think about this real quick. I feel like that's an appropriate movie to watch in the movie theater, obviously, like, because you made a deal with him, and like, obviously it's like your favorite game of all time and everything, and it's sentimental, but I feel like the majority of the people that are going to be in that theater are going to be the people that are like your age. So it's going to be an appropriate like
yeah, and it's going to be a rated R movie, so it's going to weed out like a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like don't be too worried about that one. I would still see it in theaters with Diabito just because like, 15 years of friendship and like bonding over that like that game.
Yeah.
And like finally being able to watch the movie. I feel like you should do it.
Yeah, and something Raimi is the one that directed it. Can't remember his full name, but then they got like a new guy. It's gonna be hopefully good. Kevin Hart's in it. He's supposed to be
a game movie. Huh? Is it a game?
It's
movie?
A video game movie. Yeah.
About which game?
Borderlands.
Wait, another one?
Wait, what?
Wait, are you talking about the current one?
There's no current Borderlands movie.
What game? What?
It's gonna be the first Borderlands movie, but Kevin Hart's playing someone that's supposed to be 6'2" and he's 5'4".
What's the movie that Jamie Lee Curtis supposed to put out?
Borderlands. Oh wait, what?
What?
I'm so confused.
No, it's okay. Okay, so what movie that you and Diabito promised to see together?
Borderlands.
But you just said that they're not coming out with a movie of that. I
never.
You need to rewind.
Should I rewind? Am I gaslighting you right now? I don't know, dude.
You literally just said there's no Borderlands movie.
There is no Borderlands movie.
But there's one coming out.
Yes.
Then what?
There is.
Okay.
As of 2023 today, there is no Borderlands movie.
Okay, that's what I meant. Okay. So right. Kevin Hart.
Give me that. Give me that.
Continue.
You continue.
You're the one talking.
You stop it. Settle down.
So Kevin Hart's in it?
Yeah, he's supposed to be playing like someone that's like 6'2".
He's 5 foot.
He's like 5.
He's shorter than me.
It should be fun. It should be fun.
No, literally, that would be. I think that's probably the gag.
But I love
the gag.
I love Kevin Hart.
Oh though. Yeah. I always get him and the guy that played the donkey on Shrek. What's his name? Will Smith slapped him. What's that guy's name?
No, that wasn't Will Smith.
What?
You're getting like 3 people.
Probably. No, who? Okay, who did Will Smith smack?
Eddie Murphy.
No, yeah, no.
Okay, so Chris Rock. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Eddie Murphy is the voice of the donkey.
Oh my god, I got 3 people confused.
Yeah,
like that was messed up.
That's actually insane.
No, but I've also heard because I've heard controversy of both of them, so that's why I'm like, do I want to say I like Kevin Hart?
Yeah, apparently Eddie Murphy's like an asshole.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, do I want to like? That's why I get them confused.
Oh no, Kevin Hart.
Okay, good. Because I'm like
him and Dwayne the Rock Johnson are like best friends.
I swear, if Dwayne ever has like controversy, I'll be very sad. Like. Yeah. They're apparently like BFFs.
Yeah, same with like if Jack Black ever had controversy, my heart would break.
That's why I'm like kind of disappointed with the whole Jonah Hill stuff. But at the same time, like when I showed you yesterday, I was like, I don't care. Like he got some text messages leaked. Like I don't give a shit anymore. Like
at the same time too, like
he's been told.
I don't want to like because I don't think he's necessarily in the right, but I think what really bugs me with the Jonah Hill thing is it's their personal relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
who are we to judge their like, because we don't know what goes behind, like who we like is what you said correct? No, like you said, it's her body.
It's her body. She can do whatever she wants.
But that's like, a conversation that needs to happen between them.
That's what I'm saying. Like we could be sending out like our messages on Twitter, and somebody could roast us. Like how I always like say I love you in the morning. Like people would be like, oh, that's so toxic. You shouldn't like absorb him. And it's just like. They're always it's our relationship. Like, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, like she can do whatever she wants. But that should it should have been kept private. But it's just weird. Like I just really don't care. Weird.
Yeah,
I thought like he said something. Like, would it be different if he's like said like, like some controversy shit? But that's what I thought he said. But he just like
it was just relationship,
and
shit. That's between them. Like I'm sure they both have their own boundaries, and of course. Like
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
Her body, but it was just like funny. It's not for us to, Which is
so funny that you say that because he made the whole thing like saying that this is my boundary and you need to respect it. It's like, dude, like she can post herself in a bikini if she wants, but I get it. Like, just
we've all seen him shirtless, so
right?
Like
against her will.
I'm pretty sure like he's got a movie out there of his like penis somewhere.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, who gives a shit? Like
But
it makes sense. He's the lowest paid actor in Hollywood, though.
I feel like he gets more shit than he deserves, though.
He probably just has to deal
Have
with
you
a lot of
seen like
shit.
the oh my god, he's like on a late night show. I forget who the host was, and he was like, "I've heard you smell really bad." And he's just like, why would you bring that up? Why
Yeah, they
what is
always make fun of him on
yeah,
talk
it's
shows. It's
just
not
like
fair. Yeah,
yeah.
but his sister is a good actor.
I didn't even know he had a sister.
Yeah, you haven't seen Booksmart? Booksmart's Olivia Wilde's movie that she like got an Oscar nominee for, and it's I don't know, it's okay, but it's apparently a really good movie. But I saw it in theaters, I think, but I don't know. I was like in a weird group that it was like we were inclusive, but they had their limits, which is like kind of messed up.
Give it to me. All right.
But what about I forgot. But oh no, what we were gonna say
This
was
is just
so
to point out this whole conversation about Insidious. That's about how much we were able to like pay attention. That like this is how much
no, literally, like there
like
was nothing.
I can't we can't give an
No, but what I
accurate
was gonna say though is that the best part of the movie was what was her name? Charlie? No, she had a gender neutral name. What was her name? Oh my God, Chris.
Oh, Chris, yes.
Chris was the best part of the movie. She was so cool. Like, she was like real. Like, she was like the funny part of the movie. She was like, I found out you can astral project. How fucking cool is that? And then Dalton would like sleepwalk and like try to kill her or something, and she'd be like, "Don't fucking touch me again." I was like, "Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's actually real." Like she wouldn't like most horror movies. It's like, "Are you okay? What's going on? We can fix this." And she's like, "No, I never want to fucking speak to you again. Like, don't ever like come around me ever again." It's like, yeah, she's real. She's real for that, because that's what actually would happen if you were possessed. I'd be like,
yeah, and that's one thing that I'll say good about the movie.
Yeah,
is
it was
like
Chris.
Chris was good.
Chris was really good. I would watch it again just for Chris.
Yeah, I mean, like when the movie comes out, am I gonna buy it?
Yeah, because we want to give it another chance. Like we should just buy all of them or something.
Yeah, because I think we saw like a box set on sale for like $20. So
that's what I'm saying. But I want to give it another chance.
Yeah, because I don't think that we were like in the right.
Yeah, it was just really weird. Cause I'm trying to remember like parts of it, and it
just like flashes back because I remember like trying to focus on the movie and then like seeing like flashlights and everything. And I'm just like,
yeah, because I drank because we had a really big beer and I ate those nachos, and then we came home and it was like midnight and I couldn't sleep until 2, almost 3 in the morning, and then I had to call out of work and I felt so bad. Like literally I felt so bad because my boss opens on Sundays, and so that's like the one shift you don't want to call out for. But
you would have been running off for like 2 to 3 hours of sleep.
Exactly, for an 8-hour shift. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to make it. So I still felt bad, but at the same time, I was like, whatever. Because then it gave us time to recover and be like, what the fuck did we just watch?
I know.
Because I think what you said in the morning, you were like, do you remember the movie? And we were both like, not really.
Because we watched the movie before going to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that movie more than I do.
Which movie?
Arrival.
Oh yeah, you didn't like Arrival.
Which one was Arrival?
The one where they had to like learn the language and it was like a deeper meaning.
The more that I think about that movie, the more that I do like it.
Apparently, the book is really good.
I think it's just something about me where I have to think about it for a couple of days, and then I'm like, oh, I actually really like that.
Yeah, if you think like, it's not really about aliens. I think that's what the problem was.
Yeah, it's more about the human condition.
It was about the human condition and like the language and trying to save humanity and trying to save them from future incidents, like trying to help them. And I think that's what people probably. Well, I mean, everybody likes the movie, but I can see where it can get confusing because I hadn't seen it in forever, and when I watched it, I was like, oh wait, it's not about aliens. I forgot.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really cool. It's saying like all the like languages and
yeah, and I like
the deeper meaning.
I like the actors in it. Like who played I can never remember her name.
I can't remember her name. She's amazing.
But then it's got Reiner in it, Hawkeye.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. Yeah,
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had a stacked. Yeah, so the more that I thought about it,
pretty good. When I saw it in theaters, it was really good. I used to see a lot of movies in theaters from the group that I used to hang around in, and I mean. The one movie that I do regret seeing was Tusk, obviously, but that was against my will. And then I was almost forced to watch Mother, which I don't know if you want to see that movie.
I've already seen Mother.
You've seen Mother
I
with
saw it in
Jennifer
theaters.
Lawrence?
Wait, what?
Mother with an exclamation point. It's just called Mother with an exclamation point. It's with Jennifer Lawrence.
Is it the one with the in the woods?
No, it's a one.
No.
It's a one with Jennifer Lawrence, and she's married to that guy that Javier or something. He's a very good actor. He did No Country for Old Men. He played the serial killer, the psycho killer.
Okay.
But they're like husband and wife, and they like live in this like beautiful house, and she's like going crazy because everybody keeps destroying the house, and then the husband's going crazy. But the whole point of the movie was it was basically the Bible. Like it was basically like, you know, Cain was like the first killer, and like people keep destroying. Like I obviously don't know anything about the Bible because I forgot about it, but it's basically the Bible because like God is like the husband, and he keeps, you know, recreating these wives, and you know the babies keep dying and stuff like that. But it's a deeper meaning, but it's just more fucked up. I mean, the Bible's fucked up, so I guess you kind of have to appreciate it because the Bible's fucked up, so of course the movie's gonna be fucked up. But when I had a letterbox, somebody actually had a good point of saying that this is this is the most accurate what is it called, Jesus movie, like this is the most accurate Jesus Christ movie ever, because I mean it is the movie about just the Bible, and I think that's accurate. Because when you see all these like Christian movies and about like, you know, when I was growing up, like just all these Christian movies you were watching about like Jesus getting resurrected, it was like, did that really happen? No, because it's not in the Bible. But I guess that director, he wanted to make an accurate depiction of the Bible, and so he did it well, but it's fucked up. And it's like, do you even enjoy it? I don't think people really enjoy Mother, but yeah, I do regret watching Tusk. I should have watched Tusk.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
I was thinking of Mama. That was the movie.
Oh my god, Mama was so stupid. Wait, are we thinking of the same Mama? I don't think we are.
I think so.
Which Mama are you thinking? I'm thinking of this one. I think you're thinking of that one.
Yeah, the 2013.
I'm thinking of this one. Whenever someone says Mama movie, I'm thinking of what's her actress name? She's really good. Octavia Spencer. She's an amazing actor, but this movie sucked. I'm sorry. It was just like,
yeah, I mean,
really
it was
stupid.
good. Yeah.
You've seen it? You've seen this one?
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know
anymore.
But it was not good. But I mean, it was better than. Well, no, I don't know about.
I don't even know if I can give. I guess final verdict on Insidious.
More
The
red face
door.
man.
Needs
More red
what I can remember. More red face man.
There was no lore. I wanted lore. I wanted
There's
backstory.
no Specs and the other guy are not even in the movie. Like
they're in for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and they're like through a YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's not like through like interaction. Which from like one was it? I don't think they're in one, but from 2 and 3, like love those guys, and it's a good play on like Zach from Paranormal. Like the
I haven't
old,
seen the paranormal
like,
movies.
No, not paranormal movies. It's like the old like TV show that came out, like
Ghost
Hunters. Yeah, it's a good play on Ghost Hunters.
Man, Ghost Hunters was funny. Ghost Hunters kind of scared me as a little bit.
I remember on Halloween they used to do like 24-hour lives.
Yeah, he's a little dramatic, but I mean it's entertaining
It's still
to
entertaining.
watch.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it say? Afterthoughts? What does it say? I just don't want to get off track.
Oh yeah, sorry. We got like a little whiteboard to keep us on track, and we did not follow any of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's hard. How
so
we
we got-
prepared? Wait.
So future movies.
Okay.
So as far as future movies go, I think that we're gonna work on just building our own home theater and just biting the bullet and
Just getting a sound bar.
waiting. Yeah, because we found some good sound bars for pretty affordable. But I think we're just gonna bite the bullet. We got some comfy chairs.
It's true.
We're gonna turn the bedroom into like a nice little.
It's cute. It's a cute little station we got. I call it the game room, but I mean
It'll be game movie room.
Yeah, game movie room. It's really cute.
It's fun. I love watching you play The Last of Us Part 2 back there.
Man,
it's so much fun.
I can't get enough. Of
That'll
that
be a
game.
different rant. From
Yeah, it's
another day.
okay.
We're not going.
That's okay. That I will need like. At
We'll
least
do
3
we'll do a
hours.
video game
Yes,
talk like
we will have to.
another because we have opinions on Nintendo and everything that I want to
Yeah.
dive into because I
Yeah.
appreciate your opinions on that.
Yeah, because there's still
And
some games I still want to
yeah,
play.
but I think we're just gonna get a sound bar.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna bite the bullet, wait the 6 months before it to come out on DVD, and then I think one
Yeah.
of the cool things, because at the time, when Disney was doing this, I was like, that's so stupid. But when Mulan came out, I'm not counting because I didn't see it. But when Mulan came out, they did for $30 you can rent the movie and watch it one time at home. And to be honest, I would much rather pay the $30 to watch a movie at home than to pay the $30 to go to a theater to watch it. Just based off of the experience we've had alone, yeah, I'd much rather just
We can
like
order a pizza. Literally, we can enjoy like we can actually buy the beer that we want instead of
yeah.
like beer that was like just there.
Not gonna that beer was pretty good.
Okay, that beer was pretty good. What was it? Dos?
It was
Dos?
Lagunitas.
Oh, Lagunitas.
Maximus, I think. It was
It was
a good beer.
It was a good beer.
But if we have to pee, we can pause the movie.
Yes, we can pause the movie.
If we want to go make more popcorn, we can pause the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
You don't have to worry about like if people are talking or have their flashlight on and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we've got some night lights and stuff in there that we have that
That's what I'm saying.
we need some
We can
ambience
probably just like schedule a movie night and just
do it.
like save more money.
Which is, I don't know, because if you kind of look at like box office, because like I looked at the what was it? Evil Dead Rise, I think made like 170 million
So it did
on a
well?
19 million budget.
I'm not good
But I
with
feel
numbers.
like if you were to look at those same numbers, say 10 years ago, I feel like that gap would be larger.
So it made less than it made?
No, it made like 170 million dollars, but like their budget was 19 million. But
Okay.
I feel like if you're to look at that gap, say 10 years ago, and even though I think, money's depreciated, but I think that the gap, like they would have made more money than they used to produce it, but I
Yeah.
think a lot less people are going to the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think you would see in for the future of movies? Do you think that movie theaters are going to become obsolete and they're going to move to strictly digital, or do you think movie theaters are here to stay and they're going to keep pushing that horse until
I don't know. Because I mean, I feel like really COVID really struck movie theaters a lot. This is like a long like opinion of mine. But when I at my old place, you know that Brewster's that was right there?
yeah.
There was an old the Junction Lanes, like the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever notice that there was a abandoned movie theater right
You
next
told
door?
me about it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
said it was like dirt cheap to go
It
there.
was so cheap. When I tell you it was like, I mean the seats were like from like the 70s. Like I'm talking like you just sat there. Like there was no like recliners, like the floor lit up, like, but it was like always so quiet in there. And like if you wanted to go watch a movie, you could for like $5. Like, and that was like back in like 2017 because I mean they were trying to make their own money. But COVID hit and then they like shut down and stuff because Georgia Cinemas like took it out of the ballpark. Like they were making bank money. But I don't know. I feel like movie theaters are going to be here for a very, very long time only because, and I say this with a big respect, but the main people that are going to the movie theaters are teenagers and old people. Teenagers will always find something to do. They'll always go to the movie theater because, they have curfew, they have things to do, and they have, what's it called? Rules from their parents. I don't
So what's it called?
What's it called? What's it
Rules from
called?
their parents.
Yeah, rules. So like, you could go like your parents are gonna be like, okay, you can go hang out with your friends, but you have to go see a movie. Like, like of course those kids in the front were only there because their parents said, okay, fine, you guys can hang out, but you have to go to the movie theater. You can't go anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or they were like, okay, we're gonna go to the movie theater, like nowhere else.
Yeah.
Like it's their safe spot. And then old people will always go to the movie theater. Old people will always go to the movie theater. Like I don't know why. I mean, it's not gonna be our generation, but I'm saying this generation of like older people and senior people, they will always go to the movie theater. But and maybe kids too, because like people want to entertain their kids and get them out and like make them be quiet. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that was apparent with the.
no, that's
The
what I'm
lady
saying.
sit
Like the
next to
kids like
you,
next to
yeah.
me obviously was a good example, but no, I think movie theaters are gonna be here for a really long time. I mean, they just kill like an entertainment game, I guess.
Yeah.
But maybe like when we're seniors and we're old, probably not. But I'm saying for like our
next
like
10 years,
next
maybe.
10, 20 years, they're gonna be here for a good bit. I mean, maybe they'll micro size and be smaller, but I think they'll actually get more advanced. I
You think
feel
they'll
like,
be-
you know,
Maybe they'll come with like headphones.
no, I was literally thinking that because I put my hands over me. I was like, they're gonna come out with like, you know, private like jacks that you could put in like the thing and you could put headphones in, so that way.
If that was the point,
No,
like, I would
that's what I'm saying. If
actually.
they actually came out with headphones and like the seat, so you can have your own audio, like that would be sick. That would be killer because you wouldn't have to worry about anybody else's noise. So I feel like they're just gonna get more advanced. Like,
Hopefully.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're just gonna get more advanced and more expensive. Like it's gonna be like a cost an arm and a leg to actually go to the theater.
It'll cost like a video game. To
Yes,
go to
it would
theaters.
cost,
but
like,
if you were to
60.
build it at home, it would cost like thousands of dollars. So you break down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, that's me being a little.
no, it's okay. Well, do you think they're gonna be here for a while?
I don't know. I want to say yes, but I think it's more out of I think it's
they've
just more of
lasted so
comfort.
long.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're only like 20 years into the millennium, which like to some people doesn't think like it's such a big deal, but I mean, we're only 23 years in from the millennium. Like
Yeah, when you think about 1900 to
exactly. If you think about
19 to
like we're
2000.
close, like we like from the first millennium, like we are the like I don't know, like it's not like in 20. It's not gonna be like 2060 or 2080 when we're like, oh, okay, like, who cares? Like, this doesn't matter. But like, we're still 20 years from 2000, where like all this technology, like even this microphone wasn't like existent. So like, it's
Yeah,
just
maybe give it like 20 years, 15, 20 years.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, movie theaters from like back then were a place to go. So I feel like it hasn't died out yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, in the past 100,
Like the phase,
123 years.
Yeah, the phase hasn't ended. So
So,
yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be really weird. But what else is next? Is it? I
how
want to.
movies have changed. The only thing that's left on the list that I think I want to kind of touch on is kind of how the etiquette has changed from when we remember when we were kids as opposed to now. And when you think back 10 years 10 years ago, because like when you go today, and a couple years ago I went to see a Jujutsu Kaisen on my birthday weekend, and everybody was on like Snapchat and phones, and I was like, I'll never go to the movies again. And I did it 2 more times since then, and every time it's been miserable. But I think when you think about, because I have like this very vivid memory of going to see like the Dark Knight Rises in theaters. Like I saw it like 4 times in theaters. But when you think about like 10 years ago as opposed to now, the biggest factor was
Etiquette?
smartphones.
Oh, smartphones.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, I don't know what you're saying. I was like, you could go both ways.
Yeah, do you think smartphones have ruined
Oh
the
my God.
experience of movie theaters? Because I remember like 10 years ago I had a flip phone. Like,
oh man, that must have been so nice because I didn't have a phone until I was 19, so I bet that was. No, I mean, no, not to dismiss like your like what your experience,
just
but
giving you a hard time.
no, I know, but
Yeah.
I bet that was I'm jealous. Like I bet that was nice. Like going to the theater like when you were 16, like back in 2000. Sorry. No, but in all seriousness, like was it nice? Like actually going to the theater
Yeah.
in 2000, like when you were 16, with there was no phones.
Yeah.
No, I mean
'cause,
not
like,
no phones, but you know what I mean. Like no, like.
But like I
smartphones.
felt like, well, not only was there no smartphones, but I feel like 10 years ago, like if you were to be on your phone in the theater, it was more heavily enforced.
Ooh, yeah.
Or like more people would narc on you, like
Oh
to
yes.
get you to put out your
People
phone.
would, yeah. Maybe the whole smartphone thing has become, and this is me sounding old. I can't believe you're drinking that.
I'm thirsty.
It's got a kick, doesn't it?
Water's like 15 feet away.
I got the water right here.
Oh Jesus! You've been holding out.
It's kind of cold, so it might hurt your teeth. But maybe smartphones, because they have become so normalized and technology has become like so advanced that people just like smartphones are literally like the body part now of a human being.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing because I don't want to sound old and annoying and stupid. Like,
Yeah, information's more accessible.
that's what I'm saying. Like we can talk about the whole like pros and cons about like smartphones and stuff like that. But I mean, it's people need a phone now. Like you can't live without a phone. Like even if you were like, oh, I'm a minimalist and I'm gonna live without a phone, like you can't. You can't. You like your job needs you to have a phone. Like you just like school needs you to have a phone. So I get it because people can't live without it, but there's a time and a place to use your phone.
Use your phone. Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like the movie theater is like work, but I'm paying them. Does that make sense? Like I don't use my phone at work. I don't use my phone at work. I don't use my phone at school. I mean, let's like use an example of like, you know, I see it as school or something, or just something, an entertainment that I'm paying that I can't use my phone at. Because, I mean, I'm paying for a movie to see. Yeah. That's the whole point. Like, I just don't understand. Like, the whole point is, like, to see the movie, not to be on your phone.
Yeah.
Now, if the movie's boring, then, yeah, go on your phone. I don't care, but...
I don't know.
Or just leave.
Just leave. Like, because at the same time, like, if the movie's boring...
Just leave.
Just leave. Don't get on your phone, because there's going to be somebody in the theater that is enjoying it. And...
There was a movie that...
You couldn't ruin it for the other person.
There was a movie that I walked out of. I don't remember what movie it was. Man, it's gonna be a while until I can remember. But I walked out of a movie because it was boring and it was stupid. And I think because like everybody was being loud and annoying and obnoxious, and there was a lot of teenagers. Was it Slender Man? It was probably Slender Man. No, I think I watched the full thing. But that was like another example that I gave you, is that when I saw Slender Man in theaters, everybody knew it was a joke. Like I told you that. Like everybody thought it was going to be like a movie that we're going to make fun of. Like everybody should have been taking shots. Because the whole entire, I want to say crowd or audience. Let's just say audience.
Audience, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to say crowd because it was like.
The entire crowd.
The entire crowd. But the whole audience was a vibe because they knew when to be quiet. And they knew that when there was a jump scare of Slender Man like choking a kid to laugh. Like, no, not like, no.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna get canceled.
You're gonna get canceled. Give me that. No. When Slenderman was choking that kid, I felt that.
Okay. No, you need to watch Slenderman. It was so bad. Like, but everybody knew that. Nobody was going to that movie to pay to take it seriously.
It's like with the Hangover movies. Like, that would be my generation, yeah.
Yeah. But everybody knew it was gonna be like we were gonna make fun of it, and everybody knew to laugh and stuff. And we knew when we were done laughing to be quiet and to watch and wait for the next scene. Not to just like keep whispering and be like, keep like, yeah. That was just, it was just really weird. But I don't know. Maybe we just like also just being in the comfort of our own home, which is like no shame.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't get me wrong. Like I like going out. Like we obviously like just to go to breweries, and those are loud. But like you're expected to be loud.
But yeah, like breweries, it's like a sociable.
Don't get me wrong.
Place.
Sometimes the brewery that we go to can be a little rowdy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, what was it? When did we go? We went Saturday.
We went Friday and it was
with your parents.
Oh no, Sunday. Last Sunday with my parents. Yeah.
We went Sunday, and that whole crowd, because there's always that crowd that's in the middle, and they never move.
They never shut up.
They never shut up. You know, I like it when those people that are there that are making music, because they're really quiet. They're really chill.
Which ones?
They're usually like Saturdays. But they're in the middle, you know, the part that we cut through to go around. Oh, yeah. Like that middle part.
Oh, they're making music?
You didn't know
that? No.
Oh, yeah, the people with the headphones?
Yeah, I thought they were just
No, yeah,
out.
they make music.
That's cool.
Yeah, Randy said, yeah, they just stay here until close and they make music. And I was like,
that's cool.
But they're quiet.
They're very quiet.
Not like the ones...
I didn't even know that I just thought they were just...
No, yeah. Apparently they just sit there and make music and stuff. So I was like... But they're always, like, respectful and quiet. They're not, like, jamming out their music. Like, I mean... They want like a quiet place to chill and drink a beer and like edit their music and stuff, but it can get rowdy sometimes because some people just can't.
It was pretty rowdy on Friday, but the rowdiness was coming from like 50-year-olds.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, and I can't stand it when I'm like, "Are you guys in line?"
I know, because they're like, "Can we squeeze by you?" And the guy will just like.
I know. I was like
he won't move, but he'll move his beer closer to him, and he's not even. Jesus.
As a woman, like I don't want to like. Pull my woman card out, but I'm going to. But as a woman, I don't move out of the way for men. I'm sorry. I've been prone to move out of the way for men my whole life, and I just don't do it. I just say, "Excuse me," and I wait for them to move. Because it's like, dude, you're in my way. I'm trying to get past you. Like, what the hell?
You
Like,
shouldn't be standing in front of like the
yeah.
exit zone.
The whole
Like,
point was that I don't want to seem like a bitch, but I'm just saying like they were in the way.
no, the people usually that are in the way are usually very rude.
That's what I'm saying. What's next? I'm sorry.
I think
Because
that's it.
well, I was gonna say I wanted to end it on the movies that you want to see coming up, and then I can say my movies that I want to see coming
Well,
up.
I feel like they're both kind of the same.
But I want
Minus like one. Because I definitely want to see Five Nights at Freddy's.
very much.
Because I like what's his name, Josh Hutcherson.
I know. I'm so
I
excited.
really like him as an actor. I feel like he should be in more. The last thing that I saw him in was Burn. And if you haven't seen Burn, I'm not gonna spoil it. Just go watch it.
Is that the movie that you said I wouldn't like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're not gonna spoil anything.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Burn, but I really like him as an actor. I think he's very talented. Borderlands,
Of course.
and then what was the other one? What was the other Blumhouse movie?
There was another Blumhouse movie. We can always
Oh,
look it
coming
up
up.
real quick. But what's it
Go
called?
ahead and say yours while we look up the.
But mine are obviously Five Nights at Freddy's, The Nun 2. I'm very excited for The Nun 2 because I didn't believe it. What's so funny is that you sent me a TikTok of like movies that are coming up, and sometimes people make fake movie posters all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the freaking time. So I never believe it. And so when you sent me that TikTok, I was like, you were like, hey, look, The Nun 2, and I was like, eh. And then what you sent me another TikTok, or I actually looked it up, and it's coming out in September, and I'm like, how did I not hear about this?
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
I was like, I should be the first person to know about The Nun 2 because it's like my favorite like scary movie of all time. Like I was like shook. I mean, I'm kind of glad I don't have to wait that long for it, but I'm really excited to see that one. Cuz I like what's her name? Thaisa forgot. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her name.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Cuz like she's the sister of the girl in The Conjuring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she's in
AHS.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it called? Bloomhouse
Blumhouse. Yeah. BLUM. Blumhouse.
coming
Blum.
out. Here we go. Coming soon. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Oh my god. They
Megan.
are they
too,
making
yeah.
what? 2025? Dude. I didn't care for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Five Nights. What was the other one?
I mean, maybe the second one will be good.
I want to see the new A24 movie because when it comes out, I just want to go on like a whole rant about how much I hate A24.
What? That doesn't make any sense. What? Maybe it's fake.
Maybe it's fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like,
I think they
Are you sure it's Blumhouse?
mislabeled. I don't know. What movies are you looking forward to?
Five Nights at Freddy's, The Nun 2. I'm trying to remember the other ones because I really want to like tell like where is it? There was another one I was really excited to see. Man, it's gonna bother me because I'm gonna immediately know what it's called, and I'm just. Oh, what movies I want you to see? I want you to see X, and I want to watch Pearl. I haven't seen Pearl yet.
X and Pearl are
Yeah,
on our list.
but Pearl, like X, I guess did so successful that it's still like not for rent. But I mean, I want to buy it because it is a good movie. But that movie I saw in theaters, and I saw it with my old roommate who like is a movie horror movie like fanatic, and she enjoyed it, and I trust her opinion more because she's like my old boss. Like I can trust my old boss's like opinion on like horror movies because like they get it. Like she knows like when too much is too much and what's scary and not scary. I mean, I didn't like what was that movie? It was an 80s movie that I didn't really like. I just can't get behind 80s horror. It's weirdly too much for me. I guess because I just don't believe like the graphics and stuff. But I guess they're coming out with an Exorcist. Like,
oh yeah, I heard
do you
about
ever
that.
care?
Yeah, the new.
I don't know if you care about the Exorcist movies, but
I guess yeah, we'll keep you guys informed with whatever we're coming up with,
yeah,
or coming up with whatever we're looking forward to.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's probably.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Any
Damn.
closing remarks that you want to make? Let's talk about any closing remarks on Insidious. What would you recommend as far as Insidious, the new Insidious movie?
What would I rate it? Or would my
No, like what are
remarks?
your closing remarks?
I'm gonna give it another chance, and I mean, you can't. I guess you can't go wrong with Insidious movies. I guess you can't go wrong. But I mean, I want to give it another chance. I don't want to give my. I don't want to tell. I don't want to say it was terrible, and I don't want to say it was good because I don't know.
Yeah.
Closing remark. Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah. I think mine's the same.
Case closed. We don't know.
Based off
This
of
whole 2-hour podcast, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
That's the whole point.
Based off of Barbarian, which looking back at was a very solid movie. Malignant, which was a solid movie. To discredit this new Insidious movie, saying it was any less, I think it deserves another watch, and then maybe we'll probably come back and make like a movie cast 2.0 where we actually watched it. We watched it in the comfort of our own home.
And maybe we can watch the other ones. We can watch
the last. I think The Last Key is the only other one we need to see.
No, I'm saying like other horror movies, and then we can like talk, because we can talk briefly in the next podcast about Insidious, and then talk more about the horror movies that we're gonna see. Because I want you to see X and Get Out and Us. So
this will be there'll be another 2.0 version 2 part 2.
Do you care about Saw? There's apparently Saw's coming back.
I love the Saw movies. I loved the last one where it was like a detective. We're getting off track. This is getting a little bit long. So but yeah.
But this was fun.
This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we'll get some more familiar faces in the future. Noelle will be kind of here to stay.
Yeah, sorry. Can't help it. I'm here. Can't help it.
So give us your comments in the comment section. If you saw Insidious, what you thought. Let's strike up a conversation, and maybe we can talk about some of your comments in the future cast. Because I would look forward to seeing whatever horror movies. What do you guys think about A24? What do you think about Jordan Peele? What do you think about what's your favorite horror movie?
Exactly.
Just go ahead and comment in the comments if you have any questions. If you made it this far,
I know that's what I was about to say. I was like, if you actually watched an hour and 26 minutes of this,
if you watched all of this, give us your comments. We might in the future. I might make some little snippets of shorts and stuff. I like doing that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's cute.
But yeah, until next time, my name's Nick.
I'm Noelle,
and we'll catch you guys later.
Peace out. Nice.